G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm David, and today we've got a little deciduous tree, something I don't have too many of. This Liquidambar was last on the channel about 10 months or so ago. We just set all the primary branches into position, and that's pretty much all we did. Obviously it's been asleep for the last 3 or 4 months. Yeah, bounced back really strong with spring growth now. I'm pretty sure I have taken all the wire off this, but I wouldn't 100% guarantee that. So I do want to get in and make sure that that's all gone. It's a bit hard to sort of see much what's going on with this tree at the moment. But my main thing that I want to do today is just take back any unnecessary branches and sort of try and concentrate its growth into the branches that I do want to thicken up and be part of the final structure. But first I probably need to just take a few unnecessary branches off and see if we can get a decent look at the tree. So I'll get in and do that for a start, and we'll see if it's a little bit easier to see what's going on. Take the old fertilizer bag off, she's probably due for a new one. Oh, I've got 2 on there, bonus. A few weeds. There is a branch coming right from the base. I don't think there's any point in leaving that there. It's probably too low to help actually thicken out that Nabari area of the tree, so it can go. Front of the tree, I believe that was the front of the tree, the first major branch coming out this way, so I need to try and open that up a little bit. I'm just trying to remember, I probably should have had a better look at the original video. This was the first branch. I'm trying to remember if that was left there as a second branch or if the second branch was up higher. There is a back branch about there, so I reckon that might be an okay place for a second branch. So yeah, regardless, we'll probably leave that one. Yeah, we might leave that one for now, and I might leave a fair bit of growth on that, because obviously it will need to be much thicker. Cut a little bit of growth off this back branch because we don't want too much energy going to that one if we can help it. Don't really need him to be a big thick branch. So much foliage, so much foliage. Makes it difficult to see into the tree and see what we want to do. So this branch here forking back out towards the front, I probably do want to keep it, but I probably want to just shift it over a little bit, try and move it away from the trunk. I don't really want that foliage to end up obscuring the trunk if we can help it. So I might throw some wire on that in a bit. It's a real weird looking branch up there that can come off, crossing over. Yeah, I reckon this bit here will come off in the end, but I will leave it there for now. We'll have a branch out here, maybe this branch out here, and then the apex can curve back this way a bit using that branch there. And then that can go, and that might be the final height of our tree. I don't really want it overly tall. So, what do we need to prune off? Maybe just thin back all these long shoots maybe, and try and induce it to send some shoots out sort of not as far out. You can see these are quite long extensions. You don't necessarily want all that growth way out away from the tree. If we're going to what's that one doing? At the end here, this is growing quite upright. I don't know if I really like that. I reckon, because that's quite long out here, I reckon we could cut that right off back here. I don't know if you can even see that with that branch in the road. Cut this one off here, and then that'll grow into this one, which will give you a bit of taper. And you've already got this branch coming out towards the front of the tree, so that'll promote a bit of a wider sort of pad of foliage coming out this way. It does seem pretty drastic to take all of that off, but and then we just might wire that back this way a little bit. Shorten these up, and it may even shoot a bit closer again in here. It'd be ideal to get a few more branches coming off in here so we get a nice ramified pad before we get too far out from the tree. I'll just throw a bit of wire. What have I got? We'll just angle that out this way a little bit, just so that that pad can build on this side rather than obscuring the front. I don't want to obscure the trunk too much. That second branch is probably okay for now. It's growing on that nice angle anyway. So we can probably let it grow out and thicken up, and then we can cut it back to some of these other shoots here. So that one's probably okay. Next one up. I don't like, these two are sort of not quite horizontal, but they're on that sort of horizontal plane coming out, and then that one shoots up in the air. It looks a bit odd, and I might be a little bit thick to be trying to do too much with it. So I reckon I'll just clean some foliage out here. That might help you see. I reckon we might have to just keep this branch here, and we can sort of, we might even be able to put a bit of wire on it, just bring it down a touch. Doesn't need much, and get rid of that one totally. And that'll also mean that we have a bit of taper going into that branch going out. I do need to try and remember, if it's at all possible, to try and angle my cuts away from the front of the tree just to make them a little less obvious. I'll get a bit more wire. And hopefully I won't have to leave this wire on for very long. Oh, careful. I've actually split that branch a little bit. I think that'll heal up okay though. I'll leave it where it is. Probably the same deal on this one out here. If this is going to be another branch, it's probably pointing up a little bit too much. So we might throw a little bit of wire on that. Yeah, that's probably not too bad there. Just to bring it down to match the rest of the branches just a little bit. And then if we delete that eventually, we'll just use this as the apex of the tree somehow. We'll work that out at a future time. But this will leave to grow, and that should help thicken the whole trunk line up if we can just let it get big and tall. I'm pretty sure it got snapped off here somewhere by a bird, probably before winter time. Yeah, that one we're going to leave to grow. I think that might be about it. We only really have one back branch. Or there's another one up here that we could probably utilise as a back branch up a bit higher. That might be alright. Can use that. So that's probably about all we need to do with this tree today. Just making sure those branches are where I want them for the future. I'm trying to look forward and plan sort of where I want that main branch structure. Not too worried about anything beyond that at the moment. I'm hoping that I've left enough branch options in close to establish your foliage pads, just in case I can't induce shooting. Like a lot of my natives, I know I can cut them back pretty hard and I can induce shooting in closer to the trunk, you know, if I don't happen to have enough branches. Mostly I don't have an issue with that. I don't know if I can do that with this one. I haven't really played with too many deciduous trees at all. Yeah, definitely not Liquidambars, but they're vigorous enough that I think that should be doable. Yeah, but that's it for now. We've got all those branches set in place. I'll get another fertilizer bag on him, keep the fertilizer up to him, a bit of water, and go back out on the bench. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Where am I going, Freya, with this fucking dribble?